Hello and welcome to this Forex Preview at xm.com. I'm Maria Pachordes, and joining me is Senior Investment Analyst Rafi Boyadjian. We'll be discussing the European Central Bank's upcoming policy meeting and the potential reaction in the euro. So Rafi, even though many regions across Europe are in some form of lockdown due to the high number of daily virus cases, the economic data has improved over the past month. What are we likely to get from the flash PMI figures for April, due out on Friday?
Well, Maria, we did see this notable bounce back in March, even though, as you said, we've got quite a number of lockdowns in several regions in Europe. We've seen the virus cases remain stubbornly high, but nevertheless, the composite PMI, which combines both the services and manufacturing sectors, did rise above 50 for the first time since September, and that indicates an expansion in Eurozone economic activity. Now for April, we are expecting a slight easing in the PMIs, but the overall composite PMI is expected to stay above 50, so that would probably mean another month of a small expansion. And so this resilience in the Eurozone economy has come as a bit of a surprise, and it comes at a time when we're seeing vaccinations across the EU accelerate, which is of course good news, as it does mean that we will probably see Eurozone economy start to reopen at some point during the summer, and the EU is actually expecting a further increase in vaccine supplies this quarter. So it will be possible, by the looks of things, at least as things stand now, for the EU to catch up with both the US and the UK on the vaccine front later this year. And all of this has led to growing optimism about the Eurozone recovery, and as a result, we are seeing some revival in the euro as well.
On Thursday, the European Central Bank will conclude its April policy meeting. Are we expecting any changes in policy? And what about ECB President Lagarde's press conference? What should we look out for there in terms of the market reaction in the euro?
So, Maria, we're not expecting any changes by the ECB this week. I mean, the focus will be on the press conference, and we could see slightly more upbeat comments by President Lagarde about the recovery now that the EU is speeding up its vaccination campaign. But investors will be more preoccupied with the pace of the ECB's asset purchases and what their intentions are as far as keeping a lid on yields is. So back in March, the ECB had pledged to scale up its asset purchases, but if we look at the data, it shows that actually there was only a moderate boost to the ECB's asset purchases, and so there's some question marks about how committed the ECB is about this front loading of bond purchases, and there's growing signs of divisions within the governing council. Not everybody appears to be happy about this increased purchases, so that's why the decision to front load them rather than increase the overall size of the PEP was a bit like a compromise. And now there is talk of winding down the PEP. So just as the ECB is saying, oh, actually we're going to increase the pace of asset purchases, some policymakers are talking about winding down the PEP program and potentially ending the PEP before the full envelope has been used. And all this is sending mixed messages about what ECB's intentions are as far as yields are concerned. Now yields are back in focus because after the March meeting, although we did see yields fall back somewhat and they did steady, this week we're seeing Eurozone government bond yields rise again. Now this could be a concern for the ECB, especially as the German 10-year bond is actually very close to surpassing its previous peak. So we could see this rise exacerbate the euro's advances against the dollar. Now the euro is mainly up on the back of the weaker dollar, but if eurozone yields continue surging, that would only make things worse as far as the euro's appreciation is concerned, and that will definitely be on the ECB's mind. So we could hear some comments on that by Lagarde on Thursday. However, there's also a chance that the April meeting will be a non-event because the ECB will probably put its focus on the June meeting. That's when they're expected to potentially signal change in course in their asset purchases. But nevertheless, given the extent of the rise in the euro is susceptible to some profit taking should Lagarde sound much more dovish than expected.
Rafi, thanks so much. And thanks for joining us at XM.com.